Hey guys, my name is Neel and welcome to Neel Workshop Zone. So in this episode we're going to be talking about the types of inheritance. So in the previous episode we talked about what is inheritance, what is child class, base class, and what are some of the things that you can use to create the child class and some important keywords regarding inheritance. So if you haven't checked out the previous video, I recommend checking them out as they have some very important information. So in this episode we're going to be talking about the types of inheritances. So without any further ado, let's talk about them. So there are four main types of inheritance. So we'll talk about the first two for now. So the first type of inheritance is simple inheritance. So as the name suggests, which is simple, basically this is really common. So it's basically one child class inheriting the properties of one parent class, which is pretty simple. We do it most of the time and I use it most of the time as an example. So for example, let's say you have class parent. It's not mandatory to have a class named as parent when you're doing a parent and child class. It's just for better understanding of the example. So class parent, and let's write color is blue. So basically the parent of the color blue. And let's write another class child, and let's say in the brackets that it's parent, so it's basically inheriting the properties of this class as parent, and let's say print color. So there's a lot more to this code that you need to write while doing the actual code. We'll talk about that in the practical episode, but for now this is it. So as you can see here, this child class is inheriting the properties of the parent class. So as you can see here, we have written here that the color is blue. So when you print it, the answer will also be blue as you have written it here. So this is simple inheritance, which is one parent class and one child class. So now let's talk about the second type of inheritance, which is multiple inheritance. So in multiple inheritance, one child class inherits the properties of two parent classes. So for example, let's write two classes. Class child, class father and class mother. So imagine the father likes the color orange, and a hobby of the mother is that she likes cooking. Sorry for the handwriting, mother. So now we wrote two classes, which in one class the color is color and the other class it's cooking. So what you can do is you can basically use another class, which is the child class, class child, and you can write down something like print in brackets mother. So you're basically writing down which class you're inheriting it from, mother, and self color, self hobby. So by writing this, basically you're inheriting the properties of the mother class, and this particular property is the property you're inheriting from the mother class. Now we can write another one. So print father, and you can write something like self color. So by writing this, basically the answer will be cooking and coloring as well. The father and the mother properties are basically those, and as you have inherited the properties, it becomes that. So basically multiple inheritance is kind of similar to simple inheritance. It is similar, but the only difference is that in the simple inheritance, a single class inherits the properties of a single parent class, and in multiple inheritance, a single child class inherits the properties of two parent classes. So there's still two more types of inheritances to talk about, which are hierarchical inheritance and other types of inheritance. But we'll mostly talk about them in the next episode. So these are basically simple inheritance and multiple inheritance. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out any new videos. And that's all folks, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.